Welcome back, guys. I'm Valen.
And I'm Theo, and today we'll be doing something that actually has a lot of relevance to what I also do a lot of the time.
True.
Which is we'll be reacting to the behind the scenes, like recording sessions of a bunch of different TAEYEON songs, including Nightmare, All for Nothing, and also To.X, which is obviously a mega popular and also just like really iconic TAEYEON song at this point.
Yeah.
And that'll be really cool because, you know, I'm a music producer and I also record a lot of music. I love mixing music. At this point, I honestly feel like I'm more of a mixing engineer than even like anything else, because that's like such an important part of making a song sound good.
Definitely.
Is the mixing. Something can go from sounding like it's been recorded in someone's garage to making something sound like it's in like a professional studio just from the mixing process. Trust me, it's crazy. It is truly crazy. I mean, just there's a bunch of mixing going on this microphone. So if you like the audio that's coming out of the microphone currently and how this all sounds, then thank you, because I did that.
He did it.
Yes. So it's something that I have a lot of experience with. Valen has to deal with me doing it a lot of the time.
Definitely.
I've been sitting a lot on computers doing that throughout our now almost 5 years of relationship. That's for sure. So it'll be super cool to see how TAEYEON does it, how her engineers kind of deal with that process as well.
I'm actually excited.
What's going on within, you know, which DAW they're using. DAW being the music program that they're recording and mixing it all in and whatnot. And judging from this first image, it looks like Pro Tools, which is the industry standard essentially for like recording studios. Also, everyone, before we begin, make sure to like the video if you're enjoying our content and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of us. Lastly, we already got a lot of TAEYEON content over on Patreon, including albums, including the I Envy You album and the To.X album, and there's definitely more TAEYEON content to come because she's like such an iconic figure within the K-pop industry.
Yes.
And she genuinely makes a lot of bangers. So if you want to check out all of our TAEYEON content over on Patreon, again, including live performances, albums, concerts, what have you, then make sure to head on over there. That's also the best way to support the channel. So yeah, make sure to head on over to Patreon. Nonetheless, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
지금 제목은
Okay, one thing I can already see here that a lot of artists actually doesn't is that she actually has the whole thing written out. Because like a lot of artists nowadays, they have like an idea. And then they just kind of sing it and like essentially just wing it. You know, they get in the studio. I have some different melody ideas that I've recorded on my phone.
Here,
and then
she has it all.
Yeah, she's got it all written down. There was probably even like a demo recorded beforehand, and now she's going in and recording the professional version.
Exactly.
But a lot of artists, they just kind of like just go with the flow, see what happens essentially.
Especially like rappers, hip hop,
sure.
etc.
Within the hip hop industry, it's very common. Definitely.
지금 제목은 미정이에요, 사실. 그래서 좀 수정을 하고 있고 뭔가 좀 더 기억에 남을 만한 제목이 뭐가 있을까 생각하는 중이고요. 뭔가 최애곡이 될 것 같아요.
It's interesting to see a less like maked up TAEYEON.
Yeah, true.
상처받는 꿈일 뿐이야라는 부분인데 이게 이제 코러스 맨 끝부분에 계속
Because she's usually very. She always has a
like,
vision, you know, and how she
for
looks.
the music videos.
Yeah, exactly.
이 곡이 다 설명되는 것 같아요.
약해 빠진 감정들에 날 비추려 하지는 마. 날 비추려 하지는 마.
Okay, so the recording engineer is giving a lot of feedback you're hearing here.
Yeah.
It's usually really important what kind of relationship the singer has with the recording engineer, because essentially that's like the person who's directing you to some extent and also saying, ooh, maybe that wasn't so good.
Yeah.
And
you have to trust the person. I don't know, you have to trust that they don't have bad intentions. They're just doing it with good intentions.
They don't have any. I mean, I'd be very surprised if someone would have bad intentions, because at the end of the day, it's your work too, and you're also going to be credited with it. Why would you want an artist
But if you don't
to
have
do
a good
something bad?
relationship with the person.
I mean, it's not so much that. It's more like if a person just doesn't click, or if there's something going on. Essentially,
I don't know. You just need to have a good relationship with the person.
You definitely
do.
Now, to be clear, I have never been a professional recording engineer for anything. Like never in my life. But a lot of the big ones that I'm always listening to and like listening to their podcasts and whatnot, they're always saying that first of all, when you are a recording engineer, you want to be someone who like vibes with the artist. Makes them comfortable. That's super important. And also just be really efficient. Like not sit around on the computer too much and go, how do I do this and stuff. It just needs to happen super fast so the artist can kind of stay in their flow and like get their vision out as it's in their head.
This song was so good in the album.
For sure. Do-do-do.
근데 이따가 옥타브 위로 올라가요. 그래서 그건 또 너무 높아. 약간 중간이 없는 높.
내려다보는 내 위치는 여기란 걸.
아니 내 가사 정서랑
아 그래요?
현실 정서랑 맞는.
아 너무 막 직설적이에요?
Or maybe it's not actually a recording engineer. I think what's going on behind here, which is sort of different than in a lot of Western music, is there's also like a straight up director.
Maybe.
Like a creative director, essentially, advising her.
Ideas,
and also the recording engineer there.
There's a lot of people behind the scenes right now. We can know what.
No, because usually, I feel like people outside of the K-pop industry sometimes get surprised by just how many different people are involved in the creation of these songs, down to like the most minute details sometimes.
I know, it's crazy.
For sure.
가사 쓰면서 이런 게 나오면 이래도 되나? 좀 안 될 것 같은데.
이래도 돼요. 이래도 될 것 같아.
난 잘 모르겠지만 좋은 기억만 찾아 떠나가. 난 잘 모르겠지만.
어렵네.
아무튼 뭔가 좀 보컬에서.
Damn, this must take so long.
Of course.
I'm already getting stressed.
아 역시 열을 좀 받아야 돼.
What is their job?
좋은 기억만 찾아 떠나가. 난 잘 모르겠지만 좋은 기억만 찾아 떠나가. 난 잘 모르겠지만 사랑은 상처받는 꿈을 꾸. 기분 좋은 착각은 나.
Regarding what you were asking about it taking a long time, sure, sometimes one of these sessions just to get one song right can be over several days. I
know,
you see
I've
me?
seen you.
Sometimes
one song in a whole week, 2 weeks.
Sometimes you can get like a song done in like a couple of hours. If everything just flows and it's pretty basic and you just got all the ideas right, that's great. But other times, yeah, you got to come in there for a bunch of more takes. That's also why auto-tune and whatnot are really popular, because that can also make an artist, even if they didn't have the greatest vocal takes in the world, not have to come in and redo a bunch of different things. They're just like, yeah, whatever, we'll throw a bit of auto-tune on there.
Exactly.
And that's that.
That's why it's
and
popular.
A lot of different effects. And that can also be why a lot of different takes are being used for one single song. Nowadays, I think it was Billie Eilish. There was a Billie Eilish song where the engineer was showing how many different takes there were, and it was just like insane how many there were. I think like during her lead vocal, like just like in one verse or whatnot, there was like 30 different takes or something. It was insane.
Damn.
Yeah, like almost every like phrase or down to almost every word was just cut from a different take.
That's weird.
Well, maybe it was like she was only doing it once and he kind of had to work with it.
I guess.
Or they just like really wanted the perfect vocal.
Perfect vocal.
And she didn't like come with it naturally, so they were just like, we'll Frankenstein this.
Bro. Damn.
같아질 수 없는 거야. 없는 거야. 뭐가? 없는 거야. 네. 예전과 다른 없는 반면 담길 수 없어. 그럼 끝난 거예요?
I'm done.
Well, the good thing here
Blood,
is,
sweat, and tears.
again, you can be way more efficient when you already have everything written down
Oh yeah,
already.
definitely.
Like, if you don't have the entire song, like, kind of visualized or written down, then it can suddenly take a lot longer. You got to take more breaks. You got to figure out, wait, what am I actually going to do here? But the fact that she probably had a demo and the fact that they're, you know, all the lyrics were already written down.
Yeah, it takes it way less time.
Way less time. Sure, definitely. And she's also just a very good singer. Like, you don't have to take as many takes.
Yeah, she is, man.
You know, when you're a really good singer, it goes faster.
It goes way faster.
Definitely.
For sure.
More routined, more trained.
와 끝났다. 우와. 네, 결과물만 남겨놓고 있는데 많이 기대해 주시고.
Must be refreshing
지금은 뭐 이미
to
다
just
들으셨고.
be like a super professional singer in that way. Because for like most artists, like me, or like most other artists, you also have to both record it and then you gotta mix it. Then you gotta do all sorts of different things. Singing it is only one part of it.
One part of it.
Then the real fun begins, which is
Yeah.
the way more technical part. But she sings it. Other
Bye.
people's problem. Bye. Can't wait to hear the finished version. Yeah.
Based.
But it's efficient. I mean, she does what she's good at.
You have to
Yeah.
do this.
Of course.
Especially as a big artist as she is.
Of course.
You have to have a team, that's it.
Yeah, it's Pro Tools. Let me just see here, actually. Let me just see what's actually going on here. We're gonna go in, and I'm just gonna look. What are we actually seeing here within it? Now, guys, notice here there is an actual demo. This says demo over here, so they are listening to another track and comparing it to that. Then what else do we have in here? We have the instrumental. Just the pure instrumental, I think they have here. They don't actually have the stems like the individual tracks at this point. That's probably something that they bring in later. For now, it's just a recording process. You just got to do that. The end. And then we got a bunch of different lead vocals here. We got the ad-libs. I think what TV rec is, like down there in the bottom, I'm not totally certain, but I think that might just be all the takes that he kind of just wants to save like real fast. He just froze them down there.
Maybe.
That's just my guess.
Yeah.
And then we have the actual recording one here, and then like a bunch of different lead vocals here. Okay, but there is a demo and an instrumental.
So much thing going on.
It's actually really similar to most other recording setups. Like we got the ad-libs there, we got the normal harmony vocals, we got the lead vocal, and there's an auxiliary track. Yeah, it's actually, it checks out. It checks out.
Oh, we said it at the same
Sure.
time.
겨우아는 상처를 떠나도록 더해지고 But this time
이제 괜찮아요. 네. 그럼 이거 살려둘게요. 그 다음 넘어가 볼게요. 네.
너만큼은 다를 거란 시기를 닮은 바람과 눈앞에 내게 기대고 싶어 This time 내게 내주고 허무히 난 또 무너졌지 날 지탱해온 내 영혼을 내게 내주고 허무히 난 또 무너졌지 남기질 않았으니 없이 다 쏟았으니
Well, it makes sense. I mean, she's literally singing more. You get me? As you sing, you get more warmed up. I mean, it makes sense.
It was great.
이전거릴 미련 혹은 자존심 하나까진 남기질 않았으니 더 흘려낼 눈물 한 방울 없이 다 쏟았으니
I want to drop a little bit more information for you guys. Actually, the type of earphones she's wearing is the same type of earphones I'm wearing, as in what their function is. They're from 2 different companies. Hers are Sony earphones. These I'm wearing here from Bayer Dynamics, which is a great German company. And the thing these 2 types of earphones here have in common is these are made for also recording audio. Of course, you can mix in them too to some extent, and I just use them for whatever essentially, but they're essentially made for recording audio. What makes them specifically great for recording audio is that it lets no sound escape and then bleed back into the microphone, which you won't really notice it in like good quality earphones anyhow. So don't let, like, if you have some good quality like gaming earphones, don't let that stop you from like recording or anything. But if you want to do it like semi-professionally or professionally, you got to get these types, because it does like add a bit of that signal.
Exactly.
So when you like solo, so when you're like if you're just listening to her vocal, and if she wasn't wearing this, you would be able to hear like a little bit of the instrumental in there.
Exactly.
Adding some noise. That's just like, there's no point in having it, especially when it's already going through all of those compression effects, going through so many different things.
They need to be professional.
No, you gotta have a clean signal, the cleanest signal available. And yeah, that's why they're wearing these earphones.
Yeah.
It can also make it a little bit hard, however, to hear something sometimes.
Hear something,
yeah, for sure. Like outside, it isolates both ways essentially, both what comes in and what comes out.
I
think it's called Closed Back.
Something.
So yeah, something like that. I forgot.
Never ever 남기질 않았으니 never
옥타브 위에 할게요.
never 이렇게요?
네.
never
뒤로
ever never ever never ever
This time it's like a woman making the music.
Yeah, it is. It's true. Seems like it's a female recording engineer. It's cool. Not a lot of those, but that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool.
알면서 내밀 손을 꼭 잡고 네 손, 네 손 내밀 손을 꼭 잡고
어떤 게 더 편하세요?
내밀 네 손보단 내 손이 예쁘긴 한데 내 손으로 할게요.
네.
다시 할게요. 내밀 손을 꼭 잡고 깨어날끔이라도 내 주변에 쉬고 싶었어 this time yeah.
You see how they're actually also cutting like a lot of different parts here?
Yeah.
Like even though that was the main vocal, she's singing the next line.
The next line.
So
another
like that's how
recording.
things can end up with so many different takes.
That's crazy.
It's really crazy. You guys have no idea how edited some things are. And by the way, sometimes when you're wearing like some good quality studio earphones, you can hear like little cuts where they've messed up.
That's
between
true.
cuts.
Sometimes when the mixing is not that great, or
No, even with professional things. I listened to a song yesterday, and I'd been listening to it a bunch of times before, and then I suddenly heard this like really clear, obnoxious cut. Not a TAEYEON song or anything. It wasn't K-pop, but I just heard this like weird cut. I was like, damn, that's crazy. How do they leave this in? This is embarrassing. And that song has like millions of views.
damn.
Like professional studio and everything. Because it was just like a weird
I
cut
don't know.
between 2 different vocal
Yeah, how
takes.
can they leave it like
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was all they got. Maybe they had literally nothing else for the artist to work on. They're just like, you know what? Whatever.
Whatever.
This is what
Most
you get.
people won't notice.
No. I didn't notice until that take.
Exactly.
짓밟힌 채로 그렇게 제가 돼버렸지 짓밟힌 채로 그렇게 제가 돼버렸지 헛도는 시계바늘 조각난 기억의 틈 헛도는 시계바늘 조각난 기억의 틈 헛도는 시계바늘 조각난 기억의 틈 조각난 기억의 틈 잃어버린 날들은 아리오스 잃어버린 날들은 아리오스 헛도는 시계바늘 조각난 기억의 틈 잃어버린 날들은
Adios.
네.
Adios.
세요? 괜찮아요?
네, 괜찮아요.
남은 건 공허뿐이
who's over. Oh,
Very cool.
damn, that's nice.
Very
yeah, it's
cool.
like very
For-
interesting.
Super interesting. Also, like for me to finally see like her process, because
course.
I have only ever seen like when we were doing the KQ fellas for like ATEEZ's sort of like behind the scenes rise, what
Before
have
they
you.
start.
Available on Patreon, by the way.
Yeah.
There I saw them record, but other than that, I don't think I've really ever seen anything getting recorded within the K-pop industry.
No, this is a second time now.
Uh huh. Very cool.
Now let's go watch the TAEYEON To.X recording behind the scenes.
For sure. Let's head on
That's
into it.
fun. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
But I hope you're also getting a bit more like information, maybe
Of
from
course, I learned from you, man.
my knowledge on that.
어렵다. Gonna block you. Gonna block
Look,
you.
you 2X.
까다롭고 힘든 나이라 좀 이상해 왜 둘 사이에 너무 너만 보이는 걸까 좀 이상해 왜 둘 사이에
좋아요.
나는 문자 속에 새로 산 티셔츠 그 얘기뿐이야 이제야 난 알 것 같아 Gonna block you with
You're right,
to
2X. Ba-ba-dam-ba.
Ba-ba-ba-bam.
Gonna block you with to X
오, 약해요?
피곤한 생각만 하는데 오늘 나는 문자 속에
좀 착한가?
Gonna block you 알 것 같아
Ooh, those types of things would give me like, oh, I'm getting like, I would hate if someone was like touching my cables and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, get that thing away from my cables, lady.
You hate,
I
you
would
hate
not
anyone
like that.
touching his things, like anything.
Well, cables are expensive and they can break, and you never know. You know, even though it's a fun little thing, what if you take it off? It's just better not doing it. Of
She doesn't
course,
care.
man, TAEYEON. I don't think
Man,
I'd say
TAEYEON.
anything if TAEYEON was there under no circumstances. But in general, man, I hate when
You're
people
scared,
touch my
yeah.
things.
I get
I
you.
do it.
Any little thing can even break it.
Yeah, exactly,
They are
totally.
so,
So
like-
no hate towards TAEYEON, but I'm just saying in my studio, if I ever have one, don't touch my cables.
Gonna block you with to X
블럭큐에서 뭐가 있어야 될 것 같은데. 세게.
Gonna block you
이거를 더 살려야 되네. 블럭.
Gonna block you with to X
Sounds fine.
괜찮아요.
좀 이상해 왜둘 사이에 너만 보이는 걸까 까다롭고 힘든 나이라 그런 피곤한 생각만 한데 오늘 나는 문자 속에 새로 산 티셔츠 그 얘기뿐이야 이제
Another interesting thing here about TAEYEON, it seems like in this one she has less of a director. There's less, is more just herself figuring this song out in a way.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it seems like to me.
Until now.
Until now.
Until
maybe,
now.
maybe it's because this is for a mini album. Maybe she has more creative freedom within that. I don't know. But you can still see that even though like she had a demo and whatnot, she's still like are doing some changes.
Crazy,
She's doing
right?
some changes.
Crazy.
Yeah, nonetheless. Like, oh, I don't want to add
Last
that, or
minute.
that sounds a little bit too
Yeah.
weird or
Abrupt.
abrupt. Yeah,
Well, that's how it is.
sure. It's a creative process, literally.
처음 본 날 기억해 We skip the small talk We skip the small
턱이 너무 빨라요.
처음 본 날 기억해 We skip the small talk
다시요?
We skip the small talk
아, 말하듯이.
처음 본 날 기억해 We skip the small talk
어우, 스킵 더 스몰 톡 어떡해.
Oh, let's keep this one.
It's getting here.
기억해 Skip the small talk 본 날 기억해 Skip the small talk 처음 본 날 기억해 We skip the small talk 바로 다음 단계였지 뭐 바로 다음 단계였지 뭐 단점이라곤 없는 게 단점이라던 그 허세도 마냥 좋았어
좋았어.
단점이라던 그 허세도 마냥 좋았어 게 단점이라던 그 허세도 마냥 좋았어 단점이라곤 없는 게 단점이라던 그 허세도 마냥 좋았어 하지만 내일기가 재미없어진
I like her head movement. It's Carly.
나의 내가 없어진 나의 매일들은 어쩌면 나 아닌 누가
That's true. There's no one like giving her instructions.
No, I like that actually.
그런
Oh.
세상
It's cool when you just let like the artist just do her own thing. It gives more
Yeah.
personality to it. You know,
I
it's
like
cool.
it.
I like that.
그 말이 그땐 그리 달콤했던 걸 거야.
그 했어가 너무 했어 이렇게
You know, it lets her own creativity shine a bit more.
True.
건조해야 돼.
달콤했던 거야. 나 졌어. 생각하기 통해도 이젠 피곤해졌어. Every day,
Every night.
나로 채우고 싶어. 좀 이상해.
지금 그 가성 진성 괜찮은.
Every day, every night, 나로 채우고 싶어.
그러게요. 저는 정말 너무 어렵네요. 매번.
Hey, you should use that take.
Say bye.
저도 네 여기서 더 끼부릴 게 없어서.
깜빡거리는 흔들거리는 light. 거리는 light. 깜빡거리는 흔들거리는 light.
새벽에 긴 통화도 이젠 피곤해졌어.
새벽에 긴 통화도 이젠 피곤해졌어. Every day, every night, 나로 채우고 싶어.
Oh, she's doing all these are vocals you don't usually hear that clearly in the songs
True.
that you're hearing her record currently. Those are like the backing vocals
Yeah,
that give
true.
the harmonies.
I like that.
한 가지 그냥 정말 그냥 지나가는 말로 Gonna block you 부를까
To.X.
이거를 약간 마지막 느낌.
Gonna block you 부를까 To.X.
응? 아니야.
Gonna block you 부를까 To.X.
근데 이러면 약간 미련이 남는 거잖아.
Gonna block you 부를까 To.X.
아직 글을 읽기엔
Well, it's kind of what she's going for here at the end.
Gonna block you 부를까 To.X.
정갈해요.
Gonna block you 부를까 To.X.
No, she doesn't want to show like she has feelings.
What the heck? What were these subtitles here that were added? Look at it.
Gonna
Wait.
block you 부를까
Forgetting her ex for real.
Like little funny stuff.
To.X.
정갈해요.
X.
Gonna block you 부를까 To.X.
아닌데.
Gonna block you 부를까 To.X.
아니야 착해.
block you 부를까 To.X.
네.
I think all of them has sounded fine until now,
Yeah.
except for like one take.
구세주. 아 끝났다. 타이틀이 끝났어. 아 이거 진짜 걱정 많이 했는데. 확실히 이게 타이틀이라서 엄청 부담스러운가 봐요. 이걸 안 끝내놓으니까.
You know what's interesting? She already knew this was going to be the title song before having recorded it. That I had not expected.
The demo.
I would.
Probably with the demo.
You think the whole album already had demos and all the songs were already collected for the album? That is so different than what I'm used to from the industries that
Yeah.
I've seen, where people more just like record songs and then they have a collection of songs that sort of are like within, like they all have more or less like the same vision to some extent, and then they decide which one is going to be the
did
title
that
track.
with the demos, and then they decided.
Of
from
course,
the
it was
demos.
decided at some point. I'm just surprised it was decided before she actually recorded the full songs.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that was more what I was surprised
I
about.
get you.
Like the
No, I
wor-
think they knew because
Yeah.
they put the most quality and the most thought into the title always.
Sure.
It's always how it is.
Okay, they were really maybe blown away by that demo, and they were just like, "This got to be our title track."
Or they already knew that's gonna be the demo and they already wrote it and everything.
That's
They're
what I'm
like, this
saying.
has to be the title. That's it. Let's just.
Well, exactly. That's
work
what I'm
on
saying.
it. Yeah.
exactly.
That-
It's just surprising how calculated it is in that way.
Everything, man. Everything in this business.
중요한 일이 있는데 그걸 안 하고 하루를 보낸 느낌.
감사합니다. 다행입니다.
따라오세요.
Follow
감사합니다.
me.
스타일이 어쨌든 제일 중요해서 가사도 사실 오래 걸렸고 듣기에는 되게 편한 노래지만
Sure.
True.
다 다른 노래여서 난이도가 힘들었어요. 해가 지고 있지만 생각보다 오늘 좀 빨리 한 것 같아서 저는 완성해서 다행이라고 생각해요. 이번 노래는요, 과거에 대해 미련이 없는 풀풀 털어버리는 그런 내용을 담고 있어서 쿨한 분위기에 네, 쿨한 마음가짐으로 들어주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 지저분한 뭐 과거 이런 거 말고 앞으로를 위해서 툭 털어버리는 그런 상황을 상상하시면서 들으면 좋을 것 같아요. 과거의 그 상대방, 내가 아니면 누가 너의 그런 마음을 알아주겠냐 라고 말하는 그 문장이 있어요. 그러니까 상대방이 저한테 하는 말이죠. 그 말이 그때는 되게 멋있어 보였다. 상대방이. 이게 든든해 보였다. 라고 표현하는 부분인데 딱 그 간결한 마디 안에 제가 정말 하고 싶었던 상상했던 딱 문장을 만들어 주셔가지고 되게 충격받았던 가사예요. 너무 마음에 들어서 늘 저의 신곡과 새 앨범을 기다리고 있는 우리 팬 여러분들, 네, 저는 오늘도 이렇게 열심히 녹음을 하고 있었고 타이틀이 완성이 됐습니다. 이번에 또 어떤 제 모습으로 여러분들 앞에 설지.
It was a banger.
It was a banger.
It was
It's a
one
good
of my
song.
favorite songs on the To.X album. You cannot get around that.
Yeah, it's a good
Seriously.
song.
Probably the most memorable one.
Probably.
I'd say so. Also the last one. Dun, your favorite star. Da,
That
da,
one,
da.
fabulous.
And melt down, something.
Melt something.
Whatever, that song's good
It was
too.
a good mini album.
Uh-huh,
Very
definitely.
good.
Very cool.
주시고요. 제가 표현하는 감정을 잘 같이 공감해주면서 들어주었으면 좋겠습니다.
I love the plushies.
But I can't be surprised that everything here was recorded in Pro Tools.
마지막에 다르게 했잖아요.
I'm not gonna use Pro Tools, though.
다른 느낌을
Studio
주는데
One.
계속 반복되는
Studio One is good.
럭키 부를까 To.X가 좀 더 시그니처하게 좀 들렸으면 좋겠어서 지금 너무 클린한 느낌? 엔딩은 그럴 수 있겠다 싶은데 계속 반복되는 부분에서의 약간 너무 밋밋한가? 아니면 클린한가? 계속 그런 생각이 들어서 들어가겠습니다.
그거는 블락큐가 좀 텍스처가 좀 있었으면 좋겠어.
Oh, she's back for more recordings in it.
뭔지 알 것 같은데. 저도 딱 그 발음이 딱 들려서 너무 좋은데.
It's probably because it's the title track as well. So she's back for round 2.
없어야 되나? Gonna block you, but got To.X. Block you. 발음이 뿔로 나와야 되는 건가?
Gonna block your booty about 2X. Gonna block your booty about 2X. 이제야 난 알 것 같아. Gonna block your booty about 2X. Gonna block your booty about 2X. Gonna block your booty about 2X.
전 좋습니다.
Finally, she likes it.
Guys, this is nothing in comparison to how it is recording these types of songs. You're gonna hear the same thing 1
Over
trillion times.
and
It's gonna be
over.
stuck in the back of your head, whether you like it or not, for a long time afterwards sometimes. Just the same little part that you just wanna do completely right. Personally,
I
though,
know it from him, yeah.
But personally, though, I've actually gotten to the point where I'm more following the Prince method than the TAEYEON method we're seeing here, because it seems like within K-pop they're very perfectionistic.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sure. Of course, I'm sure it also depends on the artist, but TAEYEON does strike me as the perfectionist type, and obviously I have a lot of respect for that.
Definitely.
And I think I'd also do that if, like, let's say hypothetically, I had as many fans as she does, because
Yeah.
you really want to give them your best.
Your best.
But I kind of like the Prince method as well, which is just to stick with what you initially went for and not search out for like complete perfection, because there's also sometimes in some takes that maybe didn't have everything you could have ever imagined in every single word, didn't, even if it didn't sound completely perfect, it still had some emotion and it's still gonna sound good. And maybe it's better just spending your energy somewhere else than trying to achieve absolute perfection. Maybe
get
just
you.
creating an extra song.
I get
I
you.
kind of like
I
that.
get you.
I kind of like that actually.
I like that.
Yeah, sure.
I like that.
That's what Prince does, and that's also why Prince has so many songs in his vault. He has so many songs you've never heard.
수고하셨습니다.
처음 본 널 기억해. Skip the small talk. 바로 다음 단계였지 뭐.
훌륭한 게 낫지요.
Say that to Blackpink. They release like one song a year.
Very cool. Okay, so she re-recorded the whole thing, or at least part of it.
Part of it.
I think
Maybe
part
the
of it
chorus.
just.
Maybe the chorus.
Sure. It's also an important part.
She's always going to the company, you know.
Yeah, sure.
So she's just like, I don't know. I
During-
cannot stop thinking. I didn't sleep all night thinking about this part. I want to record again, please.
I mean, it's a huge deal for her. It's literally the title track
The
for her
title
album.
track.
So
yes.
yeah, that gotta be
I will record it again if
definitely.
I feel like it's something.
I would too. I would too,
Exactly,
for sure.
exactly. She has a lot of support, a lot of fans.
Very cool to see her work ethic is obviously there. She cares, which is also clear from just listening to her music. It's
Yeah.
really well thought out. It's well done. She's a super talented singer. Her concert performances are incredible. We gotta go
Incredible.
someday, man.
Incredible.
If she ever does a tour around, well, anywhere where we'll be, we're coming.
We're going.
Otherwise, we're just going to Korea. That is what it is.
I hope I see her live or
I
Girls'
would
Generation at
love-
least. Girls' Generation live.
I would love to see Girls' Generation live, but even more so Taeyeon live.
Definitely,
to be honest,
because we are more.
we're more into her music.
For
but
now.
we like Girls' Generation is super cool,
Yeah.
and it's such an interesting and
But we
historic
know
group.
way more about Taeyeon.
But I just listen to more
Or
Taeyeon
Taeyeon,
music personally. That's
uh-huh.
just how it is. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. We really want to see her live.
Definitely. No, mega interesting process here to see. I've already basically said everything regarding like the general process.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot during the
Here.
video itself.
So I don't think there's that much more information I can give you guys, but I genuinely hope you found it interesting to hear my thoughts on it as someone who has a lot to do with this industry. And my
Yeah.
parents have also recorded so much music,
Yeah.
both had record deals and everything. So they also spent a lot of time
Doing
in
this.
studios and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Can't say I'm surprised in that regard.
Yeah.
Anyway, super cool experience.
So good.
Nonetheless, everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to like the video if you enjoy our content. Comment down below what else you should react to Taeyeon and what you thought about her interesting recording process here. And lastly, make sure to head on over to Patreon.
Yeah.
And lastly, make sure to head on over to Patreon and check out all of our Taeyeon content and also all our Girls' Generation content for that matter over there. There's a lot of content over there and there's new content coming up all the time. So if you want to support the channel and also check out all our other content, well then make sure to head on over to Patreon. Nonetheless, everyone, see you on the next one.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye guys. Take care.
care.